Ayo. Ayo. Alright, so let's just jump right into this one. Vincent's Tale Self-Portrait. Okay, so where we left off in Sunflowers, which I believe in the title is Sunflowers, it does state that it's a prologue, so one video goes into the next. Is he gonna cause some trouble? Druid's Head. There he is. Oh.
Come on, let's have it, you miserable prick. I will do what I want, I will drink till I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick of the same boring songs. I am sick of these pavements I find myself on. Great Britain, I hate you all. Say that with pride, it's my right to be violent when you fed me lies. I'm a rotter, a menace when I want to be, and I'll work for that right because nothing comes free. I have slaved all my life in a dull 9 to 5. I just rinse and repeat while I'm barely alive. Great Britain, I loathe you with murderous glee. I will do to this country what you've done to me. Destroy. I want to tear apart these buildings from the cinder blocks they stand. Leave this town in dust and rubble. Make some trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted. But I wasted all my youth, and I've stayed so damn complacent. Getting wasted is my truth. So my style of self-expression is a fist into the gut. It's throwing up upon these pavements. Shut your fucking mouth, you slut. Banished angel, I am Lucifer. Might reign like Genghis Khan. Soon you will all know my name. I am the storm after the calm. I'm the victim of the victim list. The pill that makes you sick. I am chaos incarnate. Let's fucking have it then, you prick! Now the rules of the street fight are simple. It's pretty much anything goes. Keeping the street pretty firm on your feet. It pays to be sweet on your toes. And fools they have fallen for clumsy mistakes. Late to react, cop the fist to the face. Now the rules of the street fight are simple. Break that little prick's nose. Throw a punch, you swallow it, follow it, grab the collar, quick hollow tip like karate, kick martial art master, spark a bitch, park a fist on the landing strip, carnage, it finds the cartilage, karma serve like a carbonated cola on the crucifix, kill. Vincent wanna kill, who blood gets spilled, move double that rude boy, kill or be killed. Do it for the fun, blood, do it for the thrill. Blue lights, boy, run, blue lights, boy, chill.
saw the cops there and he decided to stab that person. Oh, Vincent. Oh, Vincent. That was probably a really bad idea.
So it goes in the absence of the light. The devil sows a seed in either mind. Vincent was shaken, run from the law, hide from the bacon, crouch on the floor. The court to omit him, hate the world spits on him, rapes him, hits him, kicks him when he's down, and that shapes him. He hears the sound of a copper, hot upon his tail proper, Vincent off his rocker. Bothered by the lie that Britain sold him, what a shocker. Where greedy eat the poor, a holy war, the chosen prosper. But some are never chosen, they stay frozen in the locker. Destined to survive in 9 to 5 and watch the clock, but don't think about reality, my little happy shopper. A brand new show on Netflix to distract you from the horror. And swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow. And shadow ban the problem man, a soul for $1. And keep the fight amongst yourself, don't think about the squalor. The systems don't impose it or the rules that we all honour. And fuck it, Vincent cooked to boiling point, he's cannon fodder. So what's the use in running, he's already in the locker. He's careless with his actions now, a clumsy motherfucker. He turned to face his fate, cause fate's a bitch and none will stop her. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3". Was his first day back at work after a time of absent leave. Working London on the night shift, what he didn't think he'd see was our boy with a guitar, bruised and battered on his knees. But Richard lived in caution now, tormented by his past. Not so quick to find a trigger, not so fast. But Richard was a righteous man who lived inside the law. So he leapt upon poor Vincent and he cuffed him to the floor.
There we go. History repeats itself, does it? I mean, at the very least, it seems like Richard has learned from his ways. I'm going back now because I have a few questions that I want confirmed. Who is the person he got into the fight with? Let's see. Was it the woman's boyfriend that he bumped into, or was this a different random person?
It's a fist into the gut, it's throwing up upon these papers. Shut your fucking mouth, you slut. Banished angel, I am Lucifer. My reign like Genghis Khan, soon you will all know my name. I am the storm after
Yeah, that guy
the
follows him.
I am chaos incarnate.
Once again, the camera work in this music video is incredible. There's just some really crazy shots. I can't tell if this is like a one-shot sort of deal because there's a lot of crazy moves and angles that the camera does.
These buildings from the cinder blocks they stand. Leave this town.
This is cool.
Make some trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted. But I wasted.
Yeah, that part is really cool when the camera's just like tilting back and forth and he's saying he's wasted and the camera's almost like mimicking a drunk person and like mimicking his strides and his movements.
Chaos incarnate.
That shot's crazy. So the camera had to have been like moving with him, I think, on that. That's sick.
Throw a punch, you swallow it, follow it, grab the collar.
Yeah, and then doing the point of view shot from the person he's fighting. That's crazy. He stabbed him with the cops there. He's obviously drunk, not like thinking, not in his right mind, overtaken by rage. And like the shot, even how it like goes out of focus and then what? Whoever does the camera work on this, it's honestly so smart. It's impressive. It's thoughtful. It's so meticulously done. Every angle, every movement, like it feels like it has a purpose and it adds to the story. Also, something I want to point out is that the streets that he was on before, Sorry, my cat sounds like she's causing chaos right now. I am back. And she was causing chaos. The streets that he's on, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like the same street that he was on during Violet's Tale. Going all the way back to the beginning, we have another feature from Van Gogh. Something I think might be a little interesting. I could be totally wrong and could be like looking into nothing here, and this could just be a coincidence. Here. The place that he leaves is called the Druid's Head, and me personally, like, I know I mentioned this in one of my last videos, that he reminds me of a bard. So a bard, I know, is like a class in D&D and is a type of character that you often see in the fantasy genre. And another class are druids. Right there. And this is called druid. And druids are often more spiritual magic users, if you will. I think they're kind of represent restoring balance. A big part of their magic is that they can turn into animals. I don't know if I'm grasping at straws here. I just think like Ren being a bard and coming from the druid's head is kind of fitting. Now, Vincent is obviously out for chaos. He feels betrayed by all the lies that he was told throughout his life. He feels betrayed by his country. He feels betrayed by the government. I mean, it's all valid, right? I say this all the time, but the system is designed to keep us complacent. When you realize something like that, it can completely change your worldview. It could be a hard thing for a lot of people to accept, and a lot of people feel like they're stuck in that there's nothing that they can do, that the system is always going to beat them down, and that the system's always going to come out on top. So Vincent is feeling helpless, he's feeling drunk, he's feeling destructive, and yeah, he's over everything. He's over the cycle. Yeah, so I feel like at this part he's becoming more of a narrator, especially because in the last part was saying I this, I that, and now here he's saying Vincent.
So it goes in the absence of the light.
And maybe the switch up of the genre also reflects that this is now a narrator singing.
The devil sows a seed in our mind. Vincent when shaken, run from the law, hide from the bacon, crouch on the floor.
I like this part because it has sort of a reggae feel. Hide from the bacon is kind of a fun line.
Kicks him when he's down and that shapes him.
Yeah, that shapes him. You know? When someone gets kicked down enough, they reach their breaking point, and it's sad and it's scary that, you know, that can happen to just a normal person. You know, when the world kicks you down enough and it takes a toll on your mental health, then you never know what can happen.
Destined to survive in 9 to 5 and watch the clock, but don't think about reality, my little happy shopper.
I really like that line. Don't think about reality, my little happy shopper. A brand new show on Netflix to distract you from the horror. Yeah. There's so many distractions. It's weird because like I totally understand Vincent's frustration with everything, and it's frustration that I often find myself dealing with. Obviously, he deals with it in very unhealthy and destructive ways that are only going to end up hurting him in the end.
Your morals for a retweet or a follow, and shadow ban the problem, man, a soul
Is that the bottle he killed him with?
stopper. Richard was an officer who stood at
Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3". That's definitely a callback from Screech's Tale, right? I love that. I mean, good for Richard for learning from his past mistakes. Even though, at the same time, I'm just thinking it's kind of crazy to think about that Richard killed a child and he's still able to be a cop. He's still able to go about his normal life. He's back in the job. Like, he's still doing it. And now Vincent, who probably just killed someone. I mean, I guess the video didn't confirm if he killed him. But Vincent, who just killed someone, you know he's going to go to prison, and then his life is not going to be his anymore. But, you know, Richard's a cop, so people tend to justify that more than other people. Self-defense, they would say, I guess, right? You messed up, Vincent. You messed up. Alright, it's good to finally have context about what Vincent actually did to get himself into prison, since I already saw Starry Night, and I kind of screwed myself over on that one, spoiling kind of the whole story for myself. So the next in the Vincent's Tales are the bedroom, and then I saw that there's 3 live streams before Starry Night. So I'm wondering, do you guys think I should react to the live streams? When I was looking at them, they looked kind of long, like around 20 minutes each. I'll do it. I'll react to it 100%. I'm sure it'll give me more context for a lot of things before Starry Night, and maybe just add some world building aspects to our story. So yeah, let me know if you would like to see me react to the live streams after I do the bedroom, which is next. I hope you guys like this reaction, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.